Hi guys, how you all doing? You are back with Sam here at Bright Vision Videos. And today I'm bringing you episode 1 of the Super Saver series, and I'll be covering Alan Wake. Now you can get this on Xbox 360 and for PC as well, but for you PS3 users, apologies, this isn't relevant for you. So to compensate, the next episode will be on God of War 3 for PS3, but for now it's back to Alan Wake. Now in this game you play as best-selling thriller writer Alan Wake, and you've gone away on a retreat with your wife because you're having trouble writing, which is a pretty serious problem for a successful writer such as Alan Wake. So as a result, you go away to get out of the public eye and away from all the criticisms. So you arrive in this rather scenic town called Bright Falls. And the first thing you need to do is pick up the keys for the place where you'll be staying. So you head over to the local diner to pick them up from a man named Stucky. And this is where you receive your first warning that you should not be there. So cue the immortal words of the little old lady in the diner.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am.
Now naturally you just assume she's crazy and head down the corridor anyway in order to try and find the guy to get the keys, because you just want to get out of that place, because the last thing you want is a load of fans turning up and bothering you. But instead of finding Stucky, you find this woman instead.
Mr. Stucky?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife.
Yep, she is one creepy woman, and as you can imagine is quite central to everything that happens there on in. And what's quite interesting is if you walk back down the corridor after you've left,
you can hurt yourself.
ooh, she's magically disappeared.
I hadn't seen her leave, but the old lady was gone.
Now in the events that conspire after this, your wife mysteriously disappears and this woman keeps popping up. You're not quite sure what's real and what isn't, and to a point you feel like you're going crazy. All you do know is you need to get your wife back, and that everything seems to be infected by something called the Darkness. And by that I don't mean the 4-piece cheesy rock group that believe in a thing called love, I mean a dark presence. Now one feature that I quite like on this game is that it gives you a little recap video before each episode to remind you of what's gone on, similar to that you see in Alone in the Dark. Now in terms of action you have various guns, but they are only useful if you also have a torch, because as I said earlier, enemies are infected by the dark presence, so in order to be able to kill them, you first have to remove it using either a torch, a flare, or a flashbang. Once you've done this you can then shoot away and finish off the enemies. And to mix it up, we've also got some crazy psychotic dark birds to compete with as well. Now this is a fighting action system that I've never come across before in any other game, so this really does make this game stand out for me, and one thing that I particularly like is the cinematic dodge. So if you dodge an attack at just the right time, everything goes cinematic and slow motion, and it just makes it feel that little bit more immersive. And for demonstrational purposes, there's one here for you to see yourself, and hopefully you'll be able to see why I enjoy this feature of the game so much. Now another interesting feature is as you go along you pick up pages from a book that you were once writing that seems to be coming true now in the context of this game, which just adds to the level of mystery surrounding this game. Now comparison wise, this game has elements of Silent Hill, Resident Evil and even Alone in the Dark, and at a price of £10 or less this game is an absolute bargain. It's got a great story, a really fun fighting system, and I really enjoy playing it. So without further ado, I'll leave you with the words of the man himself, and until next time, take care of yourselves and I will see you soon.
Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. The lake,
It does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.